So, who makes the best breakfast? Is it the English or is it the Indians? Well, today I'm going to find out because I'm going to try popular breakfast from both places to see who's best. So let's start off first with the English breakfast. For the English breakfast, I decided to go to a place called Coco Italian Cafe and Bar, located on New Briggate. Now I know technically speaking this is an Italian cafe, but it's supposed to do a good English breakfast, which is why I decided to come here. So let's head in and check it out. The inside is pretty small and compact, with a few tables and a central counter area where you can order from and get pastries and drinks. There's also an upstairs area with more seating available in this dark pink styling, which is where I decided to sit. The menu is a decent size with breakfast offerings as well as sandwiches, pizzas, pastas and burgers. But we're here for the full English right at the top of the menu. Plus a cup of tea with milk already in it. I think I've got used to adding my own milk at the places I've been to recently, but this was a nice change. And the tea was good too. It was a pretty simple looking breakfast when it came out, with one of each item, although you can get a bigger one with more items, but at a higher price. So this breakfast comes with a fried egg that looks to be fried nicely with crispy edges and a runny yolk to dip things in. You get a couple of fried mushrooms, and I do like them when they're in bigger pieces like this. You get a huge toasted slice of, I think it's ciabatta bread, and this would be in place of regular toast. So looking forward to trying this and seeing what it's like. You get a decent sized hash brown that I have to say looks nice and crispy, so that should be good. There's a small looking sausage that I'm not sure how it's cooked, but I'm guessing oven here as there's no charring marks on it. You get a decent sized pot of baked beans, which is comparable with most places that I've been to, and a slice of thick cut bacon to round it off. So a simple looking breakfast, but it is cheaper than most places I've been to recently, so let's dig in and try it out. I'm going to start off here with the sausage. As I said before, it's a pretty thin one and there's not really much of any fried colouring on it, but let's give it a taste and see how it is. It's okay. I think this is a standard catering sausage. I'm not sure of the meat content here, but I'm guessing probably not that high, but it's not bad. Next up, I want to try one of these mushrooms as they look to be fried quite well. They're cut in big pieces and have good colour on them. So let's go in for a taste of this. These were really good mushrooms. You get a sweet mushroom flavour that's buttery too, so pretty good. Now I have to test out the egg next and see how runny the yolk is. It's just one of those things you have to do when you see a fried egg, and the yolk here is perfect, and I'll be dipping things in it for sure later on. I'm going to move on to the bacon next. As I said before, it's a thick cut one, so you get a good bit of it here, and the fat running through it looks good too. So let's have a taste of this. The bacon is delicious. You get a nice salty, meaty and fatty flavour, and because it's thick cut you get a nice chew to it as well. So a good bit of bacon here. I want to try out the beans next. The sauce is nice and thick and the beans look good too. Could these be Heinz? I'm not sure if they were. I don't think the flavour is rich enough, although I have been fooled by low sugar Heinz before. Now the hash brown is what I've been looking forward to. It's a good size here, it feels nice and crispy too, so let's go in for a taste. The hash brown is good. The outside is crispy as I thought, the inside is soft, but I think it could have done with a bit more potatoiness, if you know what I mean. So the toasted bread. The one item that I'm interested to see what it's like. It's the first time I've had one of these on a breakfast, but it does look pretty good with the grill marks on it. So let's take a bite and see what it's like. I liked it. It's a thin bit of bread, but it feels substantial. You get a slightly crispy outside and a soft bread in the middle. It almost tastes sweet and buttery. I think it might actually be two pieces together. In fact, it is, with I think some butter or olive oil in the middle. But this is a nice bread. I liked it. And now for the combo bite, which is customary to do with a full English. So I've gone with bacon, hash brown, mushroom and egg. And why not dip it in the beans for good measure too. This was a great bite of food. I just like putting the different flavours together and creating my own combos, which is what it's all about. So that was a nice breakfast in there. The bacon was great. So the total cost of that meal was £9.30. Let's move on next to the Indian breakfast. For the Indian breakfast, I decided to go to Leeds Kirkgate Market, which contains many shops and stalls for food and pretty much everything else. It's located in this massive building and is actually one of Europe's largest indoor markets, so a pretty impressive place. Let's head in and check it out. So the food court area is really big, as you can see. There's a big variety of stalls selling many different types of food from basically all around the world. So English to Turkish, Indian to Chinese, and Jamaican to American, to name a few. There's a large amount of seating available that I think can accommodate for probably a couple of hundred people. There's even a piano in here that I think you can play. Let's see if it actually works. It does. Okay, enough of the exploring. We're here for Manjits Kitchen, which is an Indian cafe stall. It's a pretty small one, but comparable with most of the other places in here, and it looks quite authentic and traditional. The menu is located at the counter with only a few options to choose from, but I already know which one I'm here for, and that's the masala dosa, which is a popular traditional Indian breakfast, plus a cup of masala chai, which is an Indian spiced tea. And it was pretty good. It's served really hot and you can immediately taste the spices in there. I think there's got to be some ginger, sugar, maybe cinnamon or clove, and probably some others in there too. But it's a pretty tasty drink. Now let's check out this masala dosa. It's a good looking meal. It's the first time I've ever had this, so I'm looking forward to trying it all and seeing what it's like. So with this meal you get the dosa, which is the rolled rice and lentil crepe that you can see here. I think I read on the menu that it has a potato filling on the inside, so that should be nice to try. It's got a nice golden brown colour on the outside, so I think it should be a little crisp. And it's a decent sized one here too. As you can see, it's pretty big. You get a dal on the side, which is a lentil curry, and that's topped with coriander, and that looks quite tasty and probably spicy too. And you get a side of salad that contains cucumber, carrot and cabbage, plus I think some chutney on the side and some white stuff, which I'm guessing could be coconut, but we'll have to taste it and see. So a good looking meal. I'm going to start off here with the dosa and just tear a bit off to try. You can see the potato filling already, but I don't want to eat that yet. I just want to taste the crepe first on its own. It feels crispy and light and a little soft on the inside, so let's go in for a taste of this. It's a great crepe. It's a little soft and sweet, and I really want to try it now with some of the potato filling. You can see it's potato, but with some other things too, so let's try this out. That's really good. You get the slightly crispy and soft sweet crepe with soft potato filling, and you can definitely taste some spice in there. So if you're not that into spice, watch out. But nevertheless, it's a good rounded bite of food. I want to try out this dal next. You can see it's a good thick consistency, and I'm just going to mix in the coriander so I can get a bite of everything together with all the flavours. Again, I quite like this. You can immediately taste the spice, but it's not too much that it overpowers the flavours. I think you can taste some cumin in there, definitely the coriander, and probably some ginger or chilli too. So a nice balanced bite of food. I think I have to dip some of the dosa in it because it seems like the perfect combo. So let's break off a little piece and go straight in. It was really delicious, but I think I have a better idea. I'm going to use the spoon and get a bit of potato filling in it as well. It was really good. I actually want to break this in half so we can take a look at the middle. And you can see there the lovely potato filling inside the crepe. It's kind of like a little potato sandwich. Okay, so moving on next to the salad. It's a pretty simple one, which I don't think has any dressing on it, so just a plain salad. But what I really want to do is taste the chutney. I don't really know what vegetable or fruit this is, but let's give it a try and see what it's like. Okay, so this is strong, really strong. In fact, too strong. I had to take a sip of chai to get rid of the taste. I don't think I'm a fan of that flavour. It's kind of spicy and sweet and minty and salty all at the same time, but really, really intense in flavour. I'm not sure if I want to try this white one after that, but let's just go for it. Okay, so a lot milder in flavour, and I think it is coconut. I wonder if it would work if I mix it all together with the salad and chutney, which might help dilute the flavour a bit. It helped a little, but I don't think the chutney was for me. I think I'm going to stick to the dosa with the dal and the masala chai. That was a nice Indian breakfast in there. I particularly like the dosa with the spicy potato filling. So the total cost of that meal was £10. So which was the better breakfast? Comment down below which one you preferred. I think for me on this particular occasion, I'm going to have to give it to the English breakfast. Okay, so if you like breakfast, click on the thumbs up icon below and click on subscribe to come along for the next food journey, and I'll see you in the next one.